I watched the Republican debate, and I saw this guy, Ron Paul. He's my new hero.
You know what I'm digging is that Ron Paul guy. I didn't know anything about him until a couple of days ago. I was watching something on Fox News. Whether it was not Bill O'Reilly, but it was something else. And they were interviewing Ron Paul. And I sat there, I figured he's just like some kooky right-wing, Republican.
Uh-huh.
So I'm listening to the dude, and afterwards, Beth is sitting next to me, and I didn't say anything, and then all of a sudden I went, I think I agreed with everything that dude just said. and then she goes, I did too.
What he was saying was we should listen to our enemy. We would actually make ourselves safer.
If you had to vote for one of them, is there one you would vote for? Who would you vote for? I mean, if you had to pick.
I'd vote for Ron Paul if I had to pick. I mean, Ron Paul is at least not a pander. He's sincere. He's got the right ideas about getting our troops home. And, I like Ron Paul. I think he's cut from a different cloth than the rest of those people who are, of course, selling their souls to the corporate interests who back them.
I think I'm going to vote for the Libertarian.
Oh, me too. He's always so exciting.
Ron Paul.
That's right, Ron Paul.
Oh, you guys are so dismissive of Ron Paul, and you are so wrong. I would argue, and I have argued, in fact, in print, we are living in the age of Ron Paul, that Ron Paul is the father of tea parties, of limited government, of saying we got to cut back on taxes. And I say this, too, that Ron Paul, in terms of his arguments on Afghanistan and Iraq that you want to just knock off this table, is in line with the American people who have serious questions about what's going on.
He is a true libertarian across the board, and he was way ahead of everybody else for the longest time.
Should have been there. And I'm partially to blame for that.
And why did Fox News not treat Ron Paul better when he's been talking about this stuff for the past 8 years?
Look,
10 years.
Congressman Paul, I think you have questions and concerns about the bonanza in the hedge fund industry, do you?
Yes, I think this is not a consequence of free markets. What's happening is there's transfer of wealth from the poor and the middle class to the wealthy. This comes about because of a monetary system that we have. When you inflate a currency or destroy a currency, the middle class gets wiped out. So the people who get to use the money first, which is created by the Federal Reserve System, benefit. So the money gravitates to the banks and to Wall Street. So that's why you have more billionaires than ever before. Today, this country is in the middle of a recession for a lot of people. Michigan knows about it. Poor people know about it. The middle class knows about it. Wall Street doesn't know about it. Washington, D.C. doesn't know about it. But it's because of the monetary system and the excessive spending. As long as we live beyond our means, we are destined to live beneath our means. And we have lived beyond our means because we are financing a foreign policy that is so extravagant and beyond what we can control.
We owe $70 trillion.
I understand that, but
goes
you
to walk out a $4 trillion solution, which is basically just a way for the Democrats to avoid dealing with this until 2017. I'm not here to talk about plans to deal with this till 2017. I'm saying we've got a real problem, and I'm tired of Republicans and Democrats who either want Republicans who want to burn the place to the ground, and Democrats, with all due respect, who want to offer a plan that gets it through their end of their second term of their presidency, and then screws me and my kids when it's over. And until we do that, we have to deal with the extraction that is at foot. It is the reason the financial markets are behaving the way they're behaving. That is a mathematical fact. This is not some opinion. This is a mathematical fact. Tens of trillions of dollars are being extracted from the United States of America.
as well as the spending here at home, and we're depending on the creation of money out of thin air, which is nothing more than debasement of the currency. It's counterfeit, and it is a natural, predictable consequence that you're going to have people benefit from it and other people suffer. So if you want a healthy economy, you have to study monetary theory and figure out why it is that we're suffering. And everybody doesn't suffer equally, or this wouldn't be so bad. It's always the poor people, those on retired incomes, that suffer the most.
Once you become knowledgeable, you have an obligation to do something about it.
You just never heard this logic from someone who's actually going to run the country.
It's got Ben Affleck here. They're screaming for Ron Paul.
Give us back our Constitution! Give us back our Constitution!